Today I'm here with my friend Wyle. He is in life sciences. He's a very good friend of mine. We knew each other from like first year, and he's also the RIP this year as well. And today we'll be talking about everything that you need to know about life science students at the University of Toronto.
Sure. My name is Wyle. I'm doing a double major right now in pharmacology and physiology. As Richard said, I'm one of New College's resident academic programmers. I'm also the associate commissioner for our college's athletics association, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Last year, I would consistently get like 7 to 7.5
Okay.
hours of sleep. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
It's not bad, yeah, you know. We're talking like exam season, right?
Yeah, like the prime time. Yeah.
Honestly, I actually don't think it's affected that much. I think it might be shifted forward. Like
Okay.
I'll sleep later and wake up later because I won't have class.
Right.
But I think I'm still sleeping like 7.5 or something. So I left high school with a 96% average. And the average GPA for life sci students, to be honest, I have no clue. I have friends who I think fall into a bunch of categories in terms of GPA. I would say, considering that there's a drop, it's probably like mid to low mid 3 point something. That's what I guess.
I mean, that's still pretty high for faculty. Yeah.
So I applied. My parents were really big on me applying like everywhere. I did high school in Kitchener, Ontario. So I applied to the University of Waterloo. I applied to McMaster's, applied to Western, applied to BC, and then I also applied to 4 Ivy League schools in the States.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So the whole SAT process, all of that. I got acceptances from all the ones in Canada, which was nice. In terms of the US, this one you can cut out, but I'll let you know.
Yeah. Like
That part I kind of want to like...
Okay, we'll cut it then. Yeah, we'll cut it.
Like, I knew that U of T had a really good science program. It has a name associated with it, which I know that like companies and stuff and whatnot they care about.
Yeah.
I know that they have a really good med school, so meaning that, and where I know a lot of universities like to take a lot of internal applicants, so that was kind of going to mindset. It's a university that combines prestige with being close to home, so it's just a good match at the end of the day. I think so. I think definitely there were points in the year last year where I would kind of just like reminisce on the time that I made the decision and be like, like what if this wasn't a factor? What if I decided to take this route? But ultimately, I try to limit the regrets that I have in life, so I'm fully content with my decision. Honestly, I think I got my acceptance pretty early, so I assume it would just be from grades off the bat, I think. So yeah, I would go with grades. Honestly, if we're talking about applications to U of T Life Sci, from my experience, I don't think it's a big deal, but I do think it does hold value, of course, like volunteering and things like that. But more so in terms of like in a wider scope, like it provides you life lessons, it can give you experience in the field that kind of help your decision in where you want to go next. I think for post-secondary, it can be really useful. Even at the end of your first year when you're deciding your major, experiences that you've had in the past can help shape what you want to do. But in terms of purely going from high school to U of T Life Sci, as a Canadian applicant at least, I don't think it has that big of an influence. Hardest course. I would probably go with either Math or Chem 136 for both. Math 136, Chem 136. Those two, I'd say out of all of the mandatory first year prerequisites, those two are probably the most difficult. Okay, so the thing with that question, we get it a lot, but the thing with it is it's hard for me to see how I would be faring in university if I hadn't taken IB, so I don't really have a point point to compare it to. But the things I am grateful that IB gave me is A, transfer credits, which helped me complete some of these breadth requirements. B, background knowledge for some of these mandatory courses. And C, I'd probably say it's given me some organizational skills and experience with managing like a heavier workload, along with the experience doing the extended essay, which was good for writing my papers and whatnot. So I think, yeah, the value probably comes from there in my experience. To be honest, I think the stigma is 100% fake. Actually, to be honest, I was going to say I don't know how difficult it is now with online classes, but I definitely found it pretty easy in first year with the face-to-face interactions all the time. So. Oh man, my Chem 136, I forgot her name. Ooh. In terms of personality, I had a Math 135 prof named Ivan. That guy was hilarious. I think.
Shout out to Ivan.
Shout out to Ivan. Honestly, I think it helped that I had done the material before, me and my close friend who was in the class. So we got to appreciate his personality more without worrying too much about his teaching style. But like overall, he was hilarious. Love that guy.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, Quinlan. I think her name's Quinlan.
Okay.
136, Quinlan. Professor Quinlan. She treated us like her children, like almost.
That's so sweet.
Like she gave us like pep talks and whatnot. She delivered the material super well. Like if you have the opportunity to have her, 100% recommend her. There's definitely a bunch of grad programs I'm looking at. Med school is a thing that I've been looking at more recently. But yeah, something sciencey, I'll tell you that much, yeah. Try not to listen to outside noise too much or like take everything with a grain of salt. When people say U of Tears, when people say like it's a GPA killer, when people say like don't go to U of T if you're trying to make grad school, understand that these kind of ideas and notions kind of come from this mob mentality. You know, a couple people jump on it and then everybody jumps on it, and then it's just an easy thing to point out when people aren't doing as well as they hope. Of course, a lot of people, like university is just naturally more difficult than high school, so GPAs, it's a natural thing when they drop a little bit. So, and that goes for any university that you go to if it's a top university. So I would say don't get too discouraged about that. And then hopefully, once you get in and you join us at U of T, I would say try as much as it's imperative that you take your classes very seriously in order to succeed. Make sure you're treating it as one aspect of your life, because as corny as this sounds, you are so much more than just a student at U of T. Make sure you try and keep this work-life balance, and I promise by compartmentalizing your studies as one section of your life, it puts a whole lot less pressure on you and helps you grow in other areas as well. So take as much of an advantage as you can of the whole university experience.
All right, well, thank you so much, Wyle, for joining me today. I hope you guys were able to learn more about life sciences. I think Wyle did a really good job of explaining all the aspects of life sciences. So if you guys want to follow Wyle, I'll put his Instagram in the link in the description. Yeah, thank you so much, Wyle, for joining me today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.